Today on BTV News Channel 3, the Benjamin School celebrates Martin Luther King with an assembly that got the whole student body involved.
Plus, what is happening to the upper school library? We'll find out why changes have been made.
And in BTV Sports, watch out, ESPN, we give you a football life, Coach Hamel style, coming up. Hello everyone, and welcome to BTV News. I'm Maddie Wilson.
And I'm Chaz Peckham. You give us 15 minutes and we'll give you the latest news that affects you and the Benjamin School.
Plenty to bring you today, including a teacher spotlight on one of the newest educators to call the Benjamin School home. But first, our top story. It was a day of remembrance and celebration as students, faculty, and staff all gathered in Benjamin Hall to honor the life of the great Martin Luther King Jr. Once the assembly started, it was easy to see that this was not going to be your ordinary assembly, as the program was quick to get the entire student body involved. BTV reporter Michael Lobosco was there and has the report.
The Benjamin School held a very special assembly to honor Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This event would have not been possible if it was not for one particular administrator.
I just wanted to do something different for MLK this year, just something that was a little bit more festive. I thought they were awesome. I think they're a community resource that we don't know enough about, and I thought it would be good for some of our kids to maybe get involved with them.
Face Place captivated students of the Benjamin School and reeled them in during their performances.
I thought the assembly was a great thing for the school. Really brought a ton of energy into Martin Luther King Day. I think it was a ton of fun having people come over and show us a good time. Got some Michael Jackson involved, and I think everyone had a great time.
I think the assembly went really well. I think the dancers and the people from Face Place really did a great job on expressing all of the culture that they have to share with us. So I thought that was really cool.
Martin Luther King's achievements and character resonate with the Benjamin School community.
Dr. Martin Luther King was a very pivotal person, not just for my culture, but also not just my ethnicity, but the world. Just showing people how to fight for your rights without being militant, with using the love of God to draw people in and to, just try to create peace.
We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for MLK. He led a movement that was bigger than himself.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a very inspirational man. He spoke many inspirational speeches, and he changed the world.
I think the importance of MLK Day was to really show everybody in the community how much he's impacted all of us and the importance of what he's done for us.
Martin Luther King had an amazing impact on the world today, and we are very thankful to have such a powerful assembly to commemorate his legacy. Reporting from BTV News Channel 3, I'm Michael Lobosco.
Thanks, Michael. Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you should have noticed that the changes are in the air when it comes to the Kirkwood Library. And as more and more of these changes continue to take place, it is easy to see that this is not going to be your typical library space. BTV's David Nason has more.
As we head into the new year, many notice the significant changes to what used to just be a regular library. New chairs, footstools, and miniature tables, to say the least, about this overall more comfortable setting that is open to all students and faculty of the upper school. Inspired by the idea of the 21st century, several teachers came together to accomplish a setting that would only influence the collaboration of students to excel beyond high school.
The idea for transforming the library came from conversations between Mr. Carr, Mr. Didsbury, Mr. Logsdon, and I regarding 21st century learning and the whole idea of collaborative space. So one of the most important skills that students can acquire in high school is the ability to work well with others. So we wanted to set up a space that really reflects that and allows students to easily reconfigure the space and work in small and large groups together.
Although many may think the new library is solely for students at the upper school, it is also helping many teachers and faculty.
I think that the new library or the changes within the library will hopefully bring teachers down here to use it more as a learning commons, interact with students more, interact with each other more. It should provide for a greater space for meetings and greater educational opportunities as well.
Despite the comfortable setting, students have various different outlooks on the new look of the library.
The new design of the library definitely has some really cool vibes to it, and it's definitely a place I just want to go and chill with my boys, get some homework done, get in some work. I definitely applaud the work that all the guys did in setting up the new library.
New library is really nice because it has a lot of comfortable seating, but one thing that I do miss is the old mural that used to have everyone's art on it, because it was really nice to see what the Benjamin students are doing.
Even with the variety of thoughts from the new look of the library, the upper school as a whole can't wait for the new changes to come in the future. For BTV News Channel 3, I'm David Nason.
Thank you, David, and we look forward to what the new space will have to offer. While normally at the beginning of every school year, BTV focuses the spotlight on the new faculty that have joined the Benjamin community. As the second semester got underway, we had the rare mid-year hire in the English department. BTV's Emma O'Hare fires up the spotlight and shines it on the latest addition to the Benjamin family, Mrs. McCambridge.
Going into the new semester, Benjamin is privileged to have 3 new teachers in the science, English, and language departments. Mrs. McCambridge, the new English teacher, teaches sophomore American literature and is very happy to get back into teaching.
It's been about 3.5, maybe 4 years since I've worked at a school and taught, and so the Benjamin was an obvious choice. When I saw that there was an opening, I jumped on it, and I'm glad that I did. I really do love it. I feel excited every day. This is only my second week, but so far so good, and I'm really, really happy that I'm here. I taught 7th and 8th grade first, and then I went into the high school, and I taught at 2 different high schools in New York. So overall, it's been about 15 years.
Mr. Feyk, the head of the English department, is happy with Mrs. McCambridge's direction of teaching in the classroom.
She's young, she's enthusiastic, she's got a lot of really solid experience. And her vision of literature and education is totally in step with the English department. So we're excited to have her, and I think the students will be too.
Mrs. McCambridge students are happy with the transition during this semester and believe that her teaching methods are very useful to their understanding of American literature.
I like Miss McCambridge a lot. She's a good teacher, even though I don't really understand English, but she makes the class involved.
I think she's really good, and I think throughout the year it'll get better. She gives a lot of work that helps us understand the books better.
The Benjamin School welcomes Mrs. McCambridge into our school community. Reporting for BTV News Channel 3, I'm Emma O'Hare.
Thank you, Emma. That brings us to a timeout. We are going to step aside for just a minute, but plenty more ahead when BTV continues. We drop in on our sports department as Michael Lobosco gives us a special presentation of A Football Life. Stick around, more BTV is coming up.
Real salt, nature's first sea salt, kosher salt. Net weight 10 ounces. Get yours today for $99.99.
Hey, this is Abby Wambach, Olympic gold medalist and World Cup champion.
Mr. Woods, can you believe this? Abby Wambach has saved the USA's life in this World Cup.
BTV Sports is up next.
Hello everyone, and welcome to BTV Sports. I'm Michael Lobosco, bringing you everything that is Benjamin Athletics. It's a sports program here at Benjamin that has struggled over the years with a lack of participants, but that hasn't stopped Coach German and the handful of wrestlers from leaving it all on the mat. As BTV's Joe Mariani explains.
This year's wrestling team is off to a rough start due to its lack of wrestlers, and those wrestlers' attendance at practice. Due to the loss of wrestlers because of injuries and conflicting sports, The wrestling team is held together by 4 determined wrestlers, and head coach Fred German is worrisome.
This year's team, it's going to be a tough year for us. We started with about 10 guys due to some injuries, some illnesses, and we got guys getting ready for lacrosse, and they'll be leaving the team. So we're down to 4 varsity wrestlers at this point.
It's a small team, but it's going to be, there's a lot of potential for it, really. So a lot of hard work goes in during practice between just me and Luke, really, and a few other middle schoolers.
It will be up to a freshman and a senior to play key roles on the team.
So far, Conor Greene has posted a 1-2 record. Actually was in his first tournament, first 2 practices, then went to the Royal Palm tournament. Did a phenomenal job, pinned his first guy. He was beat, by a good wrestler second round, and he was winning his third match, and again, his inexperience showed. And then, as you see behind me, it's Luke Canada, and he's going to be the star of the team for the future of this program. He got off to a little slow start in the first tournament. We're looking for big things at the Gardens tournament, and then when we get to districts, I'm sure he'll place districts and go to regions this year.
Luke's been wrestling a long time, before he came to Benjamin, I know that, and he has a lot of potential.
The loss of 6 seniors greatly affects this team's chemistry and their performance in tournaments.
Well, last year we had a lot more seniors. We had about 6 seniors, whether they participated in matches or just were here in practice. This year, Conor Greene came out. He's another senior came out who probably should have been here 3 years earlier and could have been a real star in the sport. But priorities are priorities.
The Benjamin School varsity wrestling team is off to a rough start with only 4 wrestlers out there, but I'm sure they'll turn their season right around. This is Joe Mariani reporting for BTV News Channel 3.
Thanks, Joe. Well, they say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. If that is true, then ESPN's outstanding program, A Football Life, should be blushing right now. BTV's Nick Nielsen copied the worldwide leader of sports with his presentation of BTV's A Football Life, the Steve Hamel story. Enjoy.
To check, to make the training, and it will always the first one and always the last one to go home. So I learned this kind of stuff with him.
Give me 18 years of daylight. That's all right.
Greatest leader I've ever known.
What a ride it's been!
You talk about a will to win. A flame burns inside that man.
The Benjamin School has seen its fair share of fantastic coaches, whether it be for football, baseball, basketball, or soccer. However, today we look into one of the more prestigious coaches Benjamin has seen. Some refer to him as the Swiss Army knife of coaching, while others just refer to him as Coach Hamel.
He might be the greatest person I've ever met. Taught me a lot about life and the way I thought positively, and overall, he's just an incredible guy.
The best coach I've ever seen and trained under.
If it's more special, it's just a sport that I played in high school and a little in college, and they needed a coach, and I was willing to, take it over. And we've started out the first year with only 7 boys, and we had to always bring down varsity players, and then we've built that up to, last year we had 34 kids.
Humbled from the beginning since day one, Coach Hamel has never been one for the spotlight. Always preferring to look the other way when someone compliments him, he's one that never relishes in the praise.
I love Coach Hamel. He's so energetic and very helpful in coordinating all of our athletic events. He's very helpful in soccer. I know if there's ever any issues, I can go to him.
He's kind of a Coach Saban disciple. The things that he and I have talked about is sort of his way of doing things. It makes a lot of sense.
It seems that whenever a team accolade is awarded, or whenever a team accomplishment is brought to the light, Coach Hamel is helping pull the strings in some way. His dedication not only distributing, but cleaning the uniforms, mixed with his commitment to being the school's first choice, high-rate bus driver, shows that he's willing to do anything that the school asks of him, as long as he can help the students.
The man is a jack of all trades, from running the bus transportation system here, coaching JV soccer. He's impacted so many kids' lives here at this school.
All in all, Coach Hamel is a wonderful man and a fantastic coach. He helped bring joy to the JV soccer team and has touched the lives of those he's coached, including mine. A truly brilliant man with a brilliant heart. Many thanks to Coach Hamel for the past few seasons of great memories, and a toast to those that lie in the wings. Upon the request to place him on the Wall of Fame, here's what he had to say.
I know nothing about that. I know why they would do that. I'm just a low-key guy here.
Thanks, Nick, and thanks to Coach Hamel for letting us peek into his coaching life. That is a look at BTV Sports. Back over to you, Maddie and Chaz.
Thanks, Michael. That is going to put a wrap on another episode of BTV News. As always, we thank you for joining us and look forward to seeing you back here next month.
For Chaz Peckham, Michael Lobosco, and the entire hard-working BTV News team that is about to scroll up your screen, I'm Maddie Wilson, leaving you with some Valentine's Day shout-outs.
My Valentine this year is Coach Ron Ream, because he always makes me feel special and valued whenever I see him, and he has a great attitude about teaching and about interacting with people.
My Valentine is Shane Catnip. Dean Ball.
My Valentine is Steven Gardner.
My Valentine is Sydney Burnett, because she has very lush hair.
Alexis Savage.
Roy Dorn in the cut.
Well, it's kind of personal, but I'm a fool for Arnold Schwarzenegger.
My Valentine's is Mr. Ruggie because I like his short sleeve button downs.
Whitney Sousa.
Juice Wiener.
My Valentine is Dan Mullen. Here we are together, head football coach for the Florida Gators. Good to put us back on the map.
Kyer Elam.
Valentine's Ava, mainly. She's my girlfriend, so it's gonna be my Valentine.
My Valentine is Katie Blaine. She's right there. She's gorgeous. I love you, sweetheart.